Hi guys, it's Lily. We are in the lounge because it's warmer in here. Today is my birthday. Yay! So I've just had the lovely guy from Amazon deliver some of my birthday presents. I've got Prime, so it meant that I could use some of the birthday money that I got yesterday, which I shoved in the bank quick, and it meant that I could use it. I bought it online last night and it's just arrived now, so excellent. Also, I want to show you this. How awesome is my jumper? Yes, I am 31 today, and yes, I did spend some birthday money on a Frozen sweatshirt because it's amazing. I also bought some Batman stationery, but it's not downstairs right now, so I might show you that in another video at another time. Yeah, I thought I'd change things up a little bit, and I would speak to you this way and show you some stuff. So, after the whole doodling dilemma thing, I've had some really helpful tips, so thank you ever so much, and especially the amazing Shannon Green. Big fangirl right here. Thank you so much. You have been so helpful, and yeah, I'm really appreciative. But some other people have made comments as well, which is fantastic. So yeah, feeling very pleased that you guys could help me. So, without further ado, I have got some stuff for doodling, and I'll show you some of the other ones I've done because I've persevered with it, and I don't think they're that bad. They're getting better, put it that way. So, first thing I bought, because it was recommended that I get some decent pens. Shannon recommended the Stedler, however you pronounce it, fine line pens. But they were quite a bit more expensive, and I've watched quite a few YouTube videos on Zentangling, doodling, you know, whatever you want to call it, and a lot of people have spoken about the Pigma Micron pens, Sakura Micron pens. So I was having a look on Amazon, and they were quite a lot cheaper than the Stedler, whatever. So I picked up these. There's a pack of 6, so you get a 0.20mm, a 0.25mm, a 0.30mm, 0.35, 0.45 and 0.50, if that means anything to anybody. So as these were quite a bit cheaper than the other ones, I picked up these so I can have a go, and then at a later date I can save up a bit more money and maybe get the other ones if I don't get on with these. So we have these to have a go with, so I'm looking forward to using those. I picked up one of these. I realised I didn't have a rubber or a razor, whatever you want to call it, in my pencil case. Well, that's a lie. I had this like big kind of chunky oval sized one, but it wasn't very good for precision stuff, and I thought if I'm going to doodle or sketch or whatever with pencil rather than pens, I want to be able to get in there and not rub out half of what I've done. So I picked up one of these. I'll come in a bit closer. It's a Pentel click eraser, ZE22. So just like a pen, you click, see that top bit? It reminds me of a, what they're called, Stanley knife, because it's got the clickables that you get with those. So yeah, because it's got a nice edge. You see that? That's not going to show you anything, is it? It's got a nice edge, and I thought that might come in handy for any pencil work. Then I was watching, don't remember whose video it was, but I've had a few people recommend, I think it was mainly Shannon actually, recommend channels. So I've been mooching through YouTube. So it might have been from one of those, but my memory's terrible, so I couldn't tell you. Anyway, the lady that I watched, she had a 360-degree protractor, and she was using it to draw mandalas. So I thought, oh, as my like precision ability is pretty naff, to be honest, I thought that maybe if I had to go with using one of those, and obviously any other kind of straight edges and stuff, I might get the more sort of precision look, which is what I was getting annoyed with myself at, because I couldn't make them all look identical. You know, all my lines weren't perfect, and that at the beginning that was kind of grating on me, but now I'm just kind of thinking, well, you know, it's not the end of the world, just kind of go with what you can do. Well, anyway, I picked up one of these, which is a 360-degree protractor, and then it's got these other circles as well, so you know I can use those in the designs as well. And it came in a pack of 3, and it was really cheap. It was like £1.99 or something. So you got this one, which is a normal protractor, which again is going to be useful. And then this one, which I don't know what it's called, but that will be handy as well. So I have those, and they're probably going to live in my Kipling pencil case as well. But the thing I'm most excited about is these. So excitable! You see that? Inktense pencils. Now I was enabled by, I think her name's Felicia, on Mouse Potato Designs. I love her videos. She does some really awesome stuff in her Fauxbonichi, and she has like what she calls a smoosh journal, which is quite similar to the kind of thing that I do in my journals. So I like watching her stuff, and she was talking about doing all this sort of watercolour in her Fauxbonichi, and she belongs to a Facebook group which I need to look up, because I think I would quite like to join that. Even though I'm not actually using a Fauxbonichi, I quite like the ideas that they're coming up with. Well, the ones that she's telling us about on her video, so I might give that a look. So she was talking about these. Oh, she says as she throws them all over the floor. These Inktense pencils, and she was saying, you know, about how great they were, and if you're not so hot with watercolour, which I'm really not. I've not done any watercolour since I was at school, so it will kind of ease me into it, I think. And watching some of Shannon's videos on stuff that she's used watercolour for, I really want to crack on and have another go. So anyway, Felicia was saying about how, you know, you get these tins of Inktense pencils and how great they are, and she said, you know, they're on offer on Amazon. She's in the States, but they were also on offer on the UK Amazon site as well. And she was saying, you know, you're better off making an investment and getting the bigger tin, because if you get the 12 or the 24 or whatever the size was, you know, you're going to want more colours. So you're better off spending your money and investing and getting the 72. So that's what I did. I have never in my life spent so much on any kind of artist materials ever. They were reduced though from, I think it was £95 and something pence to 68 and a small bit of change. So, you know, that's quite a big saving, and I've got Prime as well, so it was free shipping, and it you know, it came like several hours after I ordered it. Like I said earlier, I ordered it last night, and it, you know, it's just arrived like, I don't know, half an hour ago. So yeah, how exciting is that? So it's a massive splurge, and had I not had birthday money, my mum and dad and my nan and granddad were very kind, very generous, and if it hadn't been for their generosity, there is no way I could have bought these pencils. You know, I could not justify spending that at all. But because it's, you know, it's a gift, and I'm a big believer that you should use any birthday or Christmas money on yourself, because everybody knows once you're a grown-up, and even more so if you have children, then it's easy to spend your birthday and your Christmas money on petrol for the car, dinner money, grocery shopping, you know, all of that boring grown-up stuff that we have to deal with. So, you know, I think it's important that, you know, just those 2 times a year you do spend some on yourself, and that's what I've done. So I've bought something that I have been really wanting since I watched her video, and heard all about how great they were, and I've even seen, you know, what she's done with them. So yeah, I'm really pleased, and now I've got my proper pens, I can have a go, and I'm really looking forward to it. I went to TK Maxx yesterday. I don't know why it's TK Maxx here and it's TJ Maxx in America, but you know, it's the same thing. And they had this big wodge, it's upstairs so I won't go and get it now, big wodge of decent artist grade watercolour paper, and it's A4 size. They did have the A3, but I'm not really into having like the bigger paper. I find I get the whole blank page syndrome thing, so I would rather have a smaller piece, and I will probably cutting that in half and have like an A5 instead. But anyway, they had this massive pad of paper, and it was reduced from £15 to £7.99, I think it was. So I nabbed that as well, because obviously I knew I was going to be buying my my Inktense pencils. So yeah, that's all very exciting, and I'm a happy bunny. And I will very quickly show you some of the doodles that I've done recently, so you can see how I've been getting on. Practice makes perfect, obviously, so I have been practicing, and I've even got my youngest interested in it as well. Bless him, he's 8, he'll be 9 in May, and he's been watching some videos on YouTube with me. And we started doing a doodle together yesterday. So I was doing one and he was doing one at the same time. And I found this on, nope, I can't remember her name, but it was on another video where you draw a box and then you break it up, and then you do like a line either side of the straight lines. I believe it's a proper Zentangle pattern, and it's called sock, and I remembered that because it was a really strange thing to call it, SOCC. So we only got that far before dinner, but eventually it will look something like this one, or similar. So yeah, we're going to do that, and we're going to do one together. So this is the one that I showed you, am I getting that in frame, the other day. Yeah, you can see all of that, there you go. So I finished that one off. Excuse me, itchy nose. So that one's done, and I'm quite pleased with it. You know, it's practice at the end of the day. I did have a look on Pinterest and just drew out like a key of some of the designs that you can use, because I get a bit blank and then don't know what to put in the gaps. And then I just had another bit more of a play there. There's a couple of other proper tangle patterns that I finally managed to get my head around. And then this here is a challenge thing that Shannon Green put up the other day about filling a 20-page art journal, and you can only spend 15 minutes, I think it was, on each page, and you have 15 minutes on each thing, and you have 20 pages, so you have 5 different things to do on them, on the pages, but you have to do all the pages in one thing. So number 1 is paint or ink for the background, so you have to do all 20 pages in that 15 minutes, and then you go back to number 2, which is collage or recycle for texture, and then you do all 20 pages again, and you'd only have the 15 minutes, and she said it's best if you time it and you're strict with yourself and you just stop at the 15 minutes. Number 3 was stamps or stencils to make pattern. So again, you'd go through all the 20 pages and you'd only have the 15 minutes. Number 4 was words or images, so you've got a focal point. And number 5 is pen or pencil to give you detail. So I thought that was a really good idea, because I'm the kind of person that will make up an art journal and then will spend 3 hours on one page and still not be 100% with it, and then I'll put it away and I won't touch it again. So I thought, if I had a go at this, and I've written it all down, so if I have a go at this, it will be like my first ever go actually at art journaling. You know, I do the odd bit here and there, the odd a manga character, or now I'm doing doodling or things like that, but I've not sat down and done a proper art journal. The only journals I've done are the ones that I've shown you, which are more like the Smashbook style kind of a junk journal-y thing. So yeah, I'm going to give this a go, and then I can do a video and show you guys how it has turned out. So that's everything in my sketchbook, and then I've just got a couple of these down here to show you. Like I said, I've got this, you know, the whole blank page, white paper syndrome. You know, I look at it and go, oh, what am I going to do with it? So I broke them up, I cut them in half and made them from A4, which is 8.5 by 11 if you're American, and I made them into A5, which is, you know, the next size down. It's half of an A4 sheet. So my first one is this one, and I've done some of it in Sharpie, so there's a bit of a bleed through, and that again was using my pens that I showed you before, the oh, what are they called? The flares, something flares, whoever makes them, flares, and the I have some Pilot Juice pens, and I wasn't a fan. They're gel pens, and I don't find them comfortable to write with. I got the .38 ones, so they're very fine tip, and I was a bit disappointed because I wanted them for journaling, and they really don't suit my writing style, so I was a bit disappointed with them. But I've now found the perfect thing to do with them, and that is to colour in these doodles, because a lot of that, like all of this and most of this over here, I have used some other felt pens as well, but most of that has been done with the Pilot Juice pens, so I'm really glad that I've found a use for them. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that, because I was a bit disappointed. They were quite expensive. I paid about £15 for the set of 14, Yeah, 14. And I was a bit disappointed because that's quite a lot of money for me, and yeah, I was a bit sort of, you know, they're not going to do what it is that I want them to do. So, but now I found a use for them, so I'm happy with that. Then I did this one, and again that's been coloured in with the flares. I think it's Papermate. The Papermate flares. I would show you, but they're in my Kipling pencil case, which is currently underneath the tripod, because the big tripod that my dad gave me, my husband's put it away somewhere, and I didn't really want to go rummaging around for it, so I've used my little tripod that I usually use, my twisty grippy one, which is standing on the coffee table on top of a box that my Intense pencils came in, which is then on top of the Kipling pencil case. So I'm not going to have a look and tell you who makes these pens that I've used on a doodle. So yeah, there's that one. And then I made this one, and I'm not feeling this one. Actually, that's upside down, it goes that way. I don't know why, I'm just not feeling it. I can't work out what I need to do with it, but I need to do something. And then I did this one. This one's my favourite. And the big circle is with Sharpie. As you can see, it's bled through, but the rest is with the other pens that I showed you in the last video. So that one's my favourite. And then last night I came up with this one. And again, the outside bit is the circle is with Sharpie, and then the rest of it is with the other pens. What I'll probably do, because it's off centre now, is cut it out. So I'll cut around there. And I'm wanting to make a journal to cut and stick all my doodles in. Sorry, that's my phone. So yeah, I was thinking of making a journal and putting all these doodles in it. So when I've done some more and when I've done the journal, then I'll show you what I've done and what it looks like. I think that's everything. So yeah, that's it for today. So I'm off to, I would say to eat birthday cake, but I don't actually have a birthday cake yet. I'm thinking of going to the shop and I've got some grocery shopping to do anyway, so I might pick up a small cake and a candle just because it doesn't matter how old you are, you should still have birthday cake on your birthday. It's just the way it is. Right, thanks guys. Let me know what you think of the doodles and my little birthday haul and all that stuff. It's great to hear from you, so comment down below. I love reading all that kind of stuff and interacting with you guys. If you could find me more subscribers, that would be awesome. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you later guys. Bye.